What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So it is officially the final summit of this entire, I guess you could say, the first part of the Motorfest Season 8 update, because the next part is obviously next Wednesday, which I believe the BMW playlist is also out. But with that, guys, we'll have the Mercedes AMG 1. Yes, this car is pretty much the exact same as the regular one, but you will have painted wheels. So, yeah, and also I guess you could say the livery is more close, and it'll probably have extra details that you might not get on the other one, but honestly, it is very close to the other car. Besides that, guys, we will then have, a summit that is full of hyper races and also one random jet event, and then we will have a low altitude, a slalom, and a buoy smashing. I'm gonna be real, these skills are super brainless, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna lie with y'all. For the buoy smashing here, I'll show you guys this real quick. I did end up using the Proto WR1. Honestly, you could probably run any boat you want. I got 80,000 points, and let me tell you, it was not that good, bro. It was honestly a pretty bad run, and funny thing is, you guys will notice here, this person has 66,000 points, still got 157k, so you don't have to get a super high score band. Just throw on a half score breaker, a full-on score breaker. Make sure you're going slow enough to hit every single buoy and stuff like that. Go in the circle, hit them all. And that's pretty much it. Really not anything special going on with the buoy smashing. Besides that, we'll have the slalom. For this, guys, you literally start off with a half score breaker, go straight, hit everything. That's it, bro. I got 157.2, nothing special at all. That's it, dude. Like, literally nothing crazy going on. Same thing for the low altitude. People are a bit worried about this one. Literally use a regular plane. You do not need a jet on this. Literally jump into a plane, start off. I pretty much went straight, went right toward the highway area, then followed that and stayed out on the ground. And boom, 37,000 points, bro. Maxed out score again. As I said before, dude, the skills are super brainless. Most of people's points obviously going to come from the events here. So the first one, guys, you will have to use, you guessed it, the AMG 1, of course, the car that is on the cover of the summit. You will be able to drive this thing and test it out. To be honest, it's okay. I don't really see this car being anything super special, at least for racing, but I'm gonna be real. I probably won't even drive this car to really know if it's good, because I don't do grand racing and stuff like that. But this event, you will have to drive this car in. There will be bumps, a lot of kind of jumps and stuff like that. You'll have to go over uneven ground. Do be careful, because this car can lose itself so dang easy, bro. So if you're going over curbs and all that, do be careful, man. Trust me. You'll thank me later on that one. But the next event besides that, midnight, all night, this one you will have to use the Pagani Utopia, guys. And this event is a 2-lap race, has a lot of highway stuff going on with it, so make sure you keep your speed up, make sure you have your nitrous, because you will need it on these straightaways. Try not to waste it too much on the cornering. Like, you really want to make sure you can get around those turns quick, make sure you're entering them correctly, make sure you're getting around them, coming out of them right to have the most speed, and also making sure you will have the nitrous for these straightaways to get to that topper speed area, and kind of entering the turns correctly. That's kind of it on this one. I would probably say players might end up struggling on that race. I'm not going to lie on that one. For the jet event, guys, not going to lie on this one either, because it kind of fits it. Yeah, people don't like the jet, bro. I'm going to be real, though. I think the jet's handling is better than the planes, and it's kind of what the plane should have been. I only got 3 minutes and like 3 seconds on this, dude. I could probably be faster. My run was awful. But I don't really feel like jumping back in and doing this event again, man. I'm not really feeling it. It's pretty simple. Make sure you guys are using your L1 and R1 bumpers to make the plane turn a bit easier. Using your analog stick to get around a turn a little bit tighter also helps. That way you can kind of keep your speed up, and obviously going down a little bit, putting your nose down to the ground will increase the speed as well. Nothing too insane really going on there, man. It's fairly straightforward. For this one here, kind of made me laugh because it says Hypercar. So guess what I thought? Oh, so I could use any hypercar? No, blocked. No, you cannot. You pretty much can only use a certain amount, which it should have specified because I put my build on a different vehicle. But for this, dude, I use the AMG one. As you will also see here, differences of the livery that you can't do to the car that you will get. The wheels and like the back part and maybe a few other things there, guys. That's pretty much it on this vehicle. It really is kind of insane. Obviously, this is not the same color, but the build I did run on this car did fairly decent. Again, there's a lot of cornering in different areas. You could easily go way too fast when entering it, mess the entire corner up, and boom, you will have to restart. Other parts you guys do want to watch out for, like the, I guess you could say, the rock wall type of thingies you will encounter. I don't know what I just said, bro. It's late when I'm recording this. But if you do hit those, it will massively slow you down so dang much. It can kind of go for a few of these events in this game, as you will definitely slow down a lot if you hit those. So, yeah, kind of keep an eye out for those. After that, though, the final two events here, you will have to use the Apollo Project Evo. And I'm not going to lie, this race is fairly simple to do, nothing too insane. You guys will probably recognize this thing. This car does handle pretty well. It will end up taking the turns nicely. And you probably won't have to push it too much. I'm not going to lie, though, I kind of like the vehicle loaned events a bit more. I don't really know why, but I do. And then the final race here with the Pagani Utopia. This one will have a lot of tight corners. You pretty much race toward the big volcano in Maui there, so there's like a lot of S corners and tighter ones and stuff like that in areas you can easily lose speed on. So do watch out for those. Keep an eye on making sure your speed is up there, keeping it higher and obviously as high as possible, keeping your nitrous up, coming out of those corners with as much speed as you can possibly get. And honestly, man, that's basically it on this entire summit. I would say it's fairly simple. A lot of people might end up having issues with the midnight all-night races. I would say that one might do it. All the skills are super brainless and very easy to do. I would say no one will have issues with those. And besides that, guys, if you're looking to get this car, this summit might end up getting a bit sweaty, but I also feel like a lot of people might not care that much, as the car is not all that special. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments below. Let's jump right into this one.